What up, YouTube? This is the Moto Burner channel, and join me on my ride to work. It's a little foggy today, and the camera gets a little foggy, but it clears up around like 10-ish minutes into the video. So, if you don't want to see the fog, go ahead and skip through to then. So, here we go. I ride a Triumph Daytona 6M5R, and I am cruising down PCH. That's usually my way to work. Gotta watch out for the kiddos here. There we go. Alright, go ahead and guess how long you think I've been riding for. Um, Let me know in the comments. I'm interested to see what people say, what my experience is at. So it's a little wet one today. Trying to stay away from those paint lines when it's wet out. It's really just fog coming in the morning. Down here in SoCal, we get some serious fog in the morning, so yeah, it makes the conditions a little wet. Which sucks because it gets all over my jacket and stuff too, so when I get into work, my jacket's like soaking wet. But it's fine, it usually dries up. Let's see. Like pulling up to these stop signs, not trying to break on the paint lines. That is usually what I'm looking at. Little California stop there. Might have rolled through it. But yeah. Let me know if you like this camera angle too. This seems to be the best camera angle. I tried to put one on my helmet, but it was kind of heavy. I'm using the Insta360 X4. And it's just kind of heavy, so I don't know. I don't really want to put it on my helmet. This is mounted above my fuel tank. And I think it gives you a good little POV. I mean, it's pretty much right where my head is anyways. But yeah. Alright, so pulling up to PCH here, getting in the left turn lane. Gonna throw my blinker on. I hope I did that. It's always good to signal. We can see in the reflection here. It looks like I did, but I don't know. Alright, if you're new to riding, go ahead and tell me what you ride. I'm always interested to see what kind of bikes people are on. I am on a sport bike, but I know, a lot of people ride different bikes and ride for different reasons. I'd like to get a dirt bike. That's probably my next bike, but we'll see. Making a left turn here. It's wet out, so I am making it slow. Maybe a little tighter on that turn than I wanted to be, but definitely in a lot of control here. That's like the whole way down while it's wet. I am just trying to really be in control of the bike. Probably should have switched lanes to the right side there. It's usually best to be front of the pack, not being, sandwiched in between cars. Still early in the morning. I was probably still waking up, so that's just kind of how it is. And I'm usually listening to music too. I was thinking about putting a playlist on here. If anybody, doesn't want to listen to me yap, they can play my playlist. That might be better. But yeah, just accelerating past this guy. I like to be in front of cars. That seems to be the best. I know it's a little wet out, but you can feel the tires, and I thought I was getting good grip, so I was, confident enough to jump in front of this guy and kind of be isolated. I don't want people changing lanes around me or stuff like that. So when I can take the front of the pack, I usually like to just do that. So here we go. And if you saw my check engine light on, yes, it is on, and it is like always on. My exhaust is really touchy, and it triggers the check engine light like 24/7. I actually have a device that I need to put on that makes it less sensitive. Just haven't had the chance to do that or take it in the shop and have them do it for me. We'll see what I end up doing. I got a really good place that I like to go to. Hit me up in the comments if you guys need a someone to help you work on your motorcycles. I know a guy with a shop, so All right, cutting in between cars here, just at a smooth speed. I mean, the law is 10 miles an hour, next to the traffic that's around you. So, really shouldn't be flying past cars, especially when they're stopped or whatnot. You just never know what people are going to do. I'd like to jump into this open lane here. There we go. Open lane. Always best to be in open lanes. You don't want to be crowded around cars. You don't want people changing lanes in front of you. So it's always nice to just be in your own lane, trying to get past these cars. Maybe I don't know exactly what the speed limit is, but I am passing some people. So here we go. Yeah, just cruising down PCH. You can see that fog is still so thick, but I promise you it does open up, and we get a really nice clear shot once I'm cruising down here. So, all right, I'm probably eyeing a split lane here. I know another lane opens up on the right side, so yep, we're gonna see that. I'm gonna take this right side lane. Just patient there. No need to fly around cars or unnecessarily come between cars. I got my own lane. Switch, got around that guy, and like I said, I'm gonna say my own lane a lot because that's the best place to be, I think. So, all right, just cruising now, just feeling my tires out, sliding through the gears. That's always nice to do. This dude's flying past me into a red light on the right side there. That's funny. And then I do cut to the front of the line. I would recommend it when you're comfortable, of course. The more comfortable you get, the more, you're prone to do things like this. So, if you're comfortable and ready to, cut to the front of the line and you're good on the, getting out of neutral or getting into first gear with the clutch, then I highly recommend doing it. Like I said, it's nice to just be in front of people. One thing is, though, you are going to be the first one in the intersection, and that is not always a good place to be. So when you do cut to the front of the line, give yourself a nice left look, right look, and then get through the intersection. Let's see if I do it here. I think I do. It's not connected to my helmet, so I don't know if you'll really be able to see my face, but yeah, when you're at the front of the line, you're always going to want to check left, check right. Just give it a quick one. I mean, 99% of the time you'll be fine, but that 1% when you don't look, there could be an issue. So here we go. Yeah, you can't see my face, but I gave it a quick left look, right look, hopped in front of the cars, and leading the pack. So still checking my mirrors, seeing if anybody's trying to fly past me or anybody's trying to be weird. If they're reckless and they're flying past me, just let them go, dude. Like, don't try to race people or outrun them or get an ego. Just let them go and ride to your ability. So now I'm seeing it's clearing up, and the road is less wet, so tires aren't as sleek. This guy pulls out in front of me. I see him. Slide over to the left side. Make sure he doesn't change into my lane. Back into the middle of the lane. I like to ride in the middle of the lane when there's no one around me. But when you drive past cars, like you'll see this guy, I should be moving to the right of the lane here. He changed lanes anyways. It doesn't matter. But when you go around cars, just, navigating your lane. It's funny. There's so much room in the lane. Like, you don't realize it when you're in a car. But when you're on a bike, there's a lot of room. I mean, you can really maneuver a lane pretty well. So, see the gap, take the gap. Just, get in front of the people. if it's a possibility. You gotta make confident moves. So, if you see a gap, take the gap. Why not? All right. This area gets kind of tight on PCH. So, just gotta be careful. And we're just cruising. We're just cruising through this area. Nice little palm trees. This is always a nice place to drive through. But it is really tight. You can see these lanes are much closer than they were before. So I'm going to see this gap right here, and I'm just navigating. The person's braking in front of me, so I don't want to get too close to him. And now I am ready to take the gap. I'm in front of that truck that was next to me, and then I'm just going to keep my momentum going to split these lanes. Like I said, kind of tight, so just, always be careful. And I am back in my lane. Here we go. There's a lot going on there. A lot to assess, man. When you are on a bike, stuff happens fast, and you need to make confident moves. So always keep that in mind. When you want to make a move and you see something, once you're ready to make the move, just make it. If you sit there overthinking or not knowing what to do, you're gonna get caught in a situation you don't want to be. So, you got to be instinctual. So see the gap right there? I'm gonna take the gap, get right past both those guys, accelerate to get in front of them, make sure I'm not cutting anyone off, and then again back to the front of the pack. So we're in front of everyone again, and that's where I like to be. That's where I'm most comfortable. So that's what I'm gonna try to get to every time. All right, little lane change. I'm gonna come up on a couple cars here. I'm already looking at the gap up there. I'm assessing, is it something I can take, and I'm gonna go in between these cars, bang, bang, past them quickly. You don't want to get stuck in between people, and just make the move, man. Make the move. Look at that sunrise. That never gets old. That is one of the best parts of being on a bike. You really get a nice view, 360 view around you. So it's winter right now though, so it's kind of cold, but that's all right. This is where the music comes up clutch. Definitely can set the mood on the ride into work. Alright, so I'm going to see these stopped cars. I'm going to pick my lane, see the gap, and then just cruise through it. Like I said, 10 miles an hour around the cars around you. So they're stopped. I'm going about 10 miles an hour in between them. It's just safe. I mean, somebody opens their door or something, And going through the lane, like I said, we're at the front. Check left, check right before you get in that intersection. I mean, that is a huge thing. So now we're at the front of the pack. There's no fog anymore. The street's pretty dry. In the shade, though, when it's cold, the water still can be there. So, when you're driving a car, you really don't think about it too much. But when you're on a bike, you got to assess everything. The road, the tires, the wind. Even right there, driving on the paint lines, it's like you don't really want to be driving on paint lines. That's not the best place to be. So yeah, we're just cruising, looking through all these turns. If you've taken a motorcycle class, look through your turns. Don't just look at the front of your bike or what's right in front of you. You gotta look ahead and look and lead. So here we go. Just cruising, man. I wonder if I should put music on here when I don't want to yap. That's probably better than the silence. And look, someone's passing me. Let them go, man. I don't know if they're trying to race or what they're trying to do, but I am chilling. I'm going at a pace I'm comfortable with. Let them go. If they get comfortably in front of me, then that's okay. If I feel like I need to accelerate past them, then I will. This guy too. These guys must be late to work or something. Oh, and there's a cop up here. That's why I slowed down a little bit too, because I know pulling into this area of PCH there's a cop, so I usually slow down. He gets people too in the morning, man. He's always posted up. It's a bike cop too, so I'm not getting anywhere. Not that I would try to, but I always see that guy, so when he's driving too, I'll give him a peace sign and he'll shoot it back to me. So good guy. This is a cool area at PCH too. There's some good hikes around here. Unfortunately, I'm just going to work though, so it's a nice ride to work though. So I don't really mind it. I'm on PCH pretty much every day. It's kind of cold now, so not always riding as much. Not like summer, but yeah, having the jacket's nice. Keeps it a little warm. So even the helmet too keeps your head warm. Dude, that guy just wants to fly, man. He must have just got that brand new car. He wants to go, so go ahead, bro. Go get the speeding ticket in front of me, man. Distract the cop so he's not looking at me. And then this view too. I mean, this is the best part of the drive. I mean, people are always flying past here. I'm like, you guys are missing it. Look at that, man. Come over the coast right there. Sun's coming up. Jeez. Beautiful, man. The waves are breaking. It is nice. And there's a house on the hill over there. It's like Tony Stark's house or something. Iron Man must live up there. But yeah, I am always enjoying that part. No matter what. Alright, once we pull into this town up here, the lanes get a little tighter again like they did a couple minutes ago. So just got to be cautious of that. You really got to be thinking the whole time you're on the bike, man. You got to be locked in, taking everything into account. So that's what you got to do. And let's see if coming down this hill, I know there's a couple bumps, so usually I try to get in the left lane if it's safe. So let's see if I do that, which I usually do, but if it's not safe and people are trying to race around you, like this guy's just slowing down, speeding up right next to me, so not always doing it. Yeah, it looks like right here the bumps, so I don't know if you can tell very much. Yeah, right there. Boom, 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 boom. The Instant 360 is pretty steady though, all things considered. Some of these bumps too, I mean, I'm feeling them on my hands and my neck. I don't know if that's where you're supposed to feel them, but that's where I feel them. But yeah, this area is beautiful too. I'm cruising in here with all the trees. It is nice, man. Definitely blessed. Don't look at the color of that light. When I went through there, don't look at the color of that one. Dude, sometimes stopping on a bike is tough, man, and the speed limits don't always account for that. I mean, I think that speed limit right there is like 40, and that yellow light's only about 1.5 seconds. You don't always have enough time, so you gotta be smart. Don't run red lights. don't just be smart, be safe. It's not like I got anywhere. The light right behind it was red anyways. I should have been paying better attention there. But no problem. I'm sitting in neutral here. And I got my headlight on too. And I wonder if people are going to comment about that. Sometimes I ride with it on, man. It's better to be seen than not to be seen. So I'd rather, someone be like, oh, look at this guy's light, rather than, oh, I didn't see him. So sometimes I just ride with it on. I don't know. Maybe somebody in the comments going to be like, that's so dangerous, or I can already see that coming, but it's just how it is, man. I feel like I can be seen better that way, so. Yeah, and we're just cruising. I mean, this was a really chill day coming into work. These are the best, man, when you can just ride comfortably. A little bit of technical traffic, keep making sure I'm focused. It's kind of nice sometimes when you gotta lock in so you don't lose your focus. Sometimes when you're just cruising, you don't really, think about a bunch of stuff, so. Alright, we're just cruising through that. Another green light. Thank you, PCH. Not always getting back-to-back green lights on PCH, man. If anybody in this area knows, it's not always green lights, so. And if you can hear me taking deep breaths, I have asthma, so talking this much sometimes, you gotta take a deep breath. Here we go. I'm gonna slide in front of these guys. I wish you could see them in my rearview mirror, because people are gonna be saying, "Oh, you're cutting people off," but I'm, pretty significantly far in front of these guys. But yeah, this is a dangerous spot. These guys are stopped to the left side. If somebody shoots out in front of me there, I gotta be ready. That's why I'm riding in the middle lane here, and then I'm gonna cut in front of these guys. Those guys being completely soft on my left side definitely makes me nervous. If they just shoot out in front of me, they're not gonna be going the right speed to keep up, and I gotta definitely keep my eye on that. This part gets really tight. I'm not a huge fan of cutting on like tight turns or turns, just because it's hard for people to turn and stay in the lane sometimes. Um, so I make my cut there, and then I think I just stay. Do I make this cut? I do. I wouldn't recommend doing that. Turning through an intersection, probably just wait that one out until it opens up. But yeah, these guys are riding right next to each other. I see it, I take it. Right there, you got to be confident. Watch out for these cars. They could change lanes in front of you. So, right at the respectable pace, 10 miles an hour, like I said, with traffic around you. So, or not like I said. That's just what the law is. That's what they told me at least. So, this part gets tight. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to sneak into the front here. Wait until this opens up, and then there we go. I can take that. This road is so bumpy too, so sometimes changing lanes is difficult, man. You got to be taking in everything into account here. So I see that trash truck in front of me. I'm gonna switch back into this lane so I can pass these guys, and we're just cruising. We are just cruising, enjoying the weather. Camera kept sliding. I had to move it. It's annoying. Cool Porsche back there. Anybody who likes cars. There's always cool cars on PCH. Alright, back in line, and then there we go. Getting ready at the intersection. Let's see, I'm in first still. If I know I'm going to be, stopping and then going right away, like if it's not going to be a long light, I usually will just leave it in first. Some of those lights on PCH are like 30, 40 seconds though, so those I'll pop into neutral and just chill. But those quick lights, I'd recommend just staying in first, holding the clutch until you can go. Alright, here I popped in a neutral. We'll see. Look at this guy next to me, man. Flying up. I always just assume people are in a rush. That's like, these guys they're in a rush. He's late to work. Look at him. I had to pop into first there. Off I go. So these lanes are tight. That's why I'm letting this guy kind of drive in front of me in case he has to cut over. Someone next to him pulls out in front of him. Just let him go. Don't want to really be driving next to people. Plus, I am pretty much here now. So, pulling into this lane. And then I'm going to go ahead and I hop in the middle of the intersection at the green light. I don't know. I don't want to make any recommendations for what to do here on a left turn like this. This is how I approach it. Some people wait behind the lines, but let me know in the comments how you guys would do it. Sometimes you only get one chance to make that turn, so I like to be out there ready to make the turn. Yeah, so that's how I do it. And then it looks like I have a chance here. Let this Tesla pull out in front of me, and then alright, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching the video. Feel free to like and subscribe. I appreciate the support. You will be one of my first subscribers and likers ever, so that is cool. Alright, thanks for watching the video. Bye.